My name is Michael Murithi, representing Nairobi, Kenya.
Hi everyone, my name is Brenda Kajuju from Nairobi, Kenya.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Makundi and I come all the way from Tanzania, East Africa.
Hi, this is Jennifer Kanari, checking in from Nairobi, Kenya.
Proud alumni of VALA's Mentorship Accountability Program.
And a proud member of VALA Mentorship Program Cohort 4.
I'm a proud member of VALA, and also I am an alumni of MAP 2.0 Mentorship Program.
Being an African voice actor, to me, is about being that vocal ambassador through professionalizing and mastering our tool with the global standards and with that local source.
Being an African voiceover actor, it means carrying the richness of our stories, the culture, the accents, the language, the warmth, and the identity into every read. And it also means representing Africa authentically in the global industry while showing the diversity that is there across the African continent.
What does it mean to be an African voiceover artist? Well, for me, it is pride. Proud to voice African stories. Proud to put in an African personality behind each voice. And proud to be in a space where Africans are now being recognized, and a space where we can actually now express ourselves unapologetically and authentically.
About the Africa Voiceover Day, for me, is a celebration of the shift from being that voice for hire or the background voice to being more of a strategic partner in the advancement of the agenda of the continent, the world at large. It's also a reminder, an annual reminder of my vocal contribution being a vital economic asset, which bridges the gap between our continent's identity and a good global market space at large.
To me, being an African voiceover actor, it means carrying the richness of our stories, the culture, the accents, the language, the warmth, and the identity into every read. And it also means representing Africa authentically in the global industry while showing the diversity that is there across the African continent.
What does Africa Voiceover Day mean to me? This day will be a day for me that actually lets us know that we acknowledge, we support, we build, we empower, we celebrate African voices. It's a day that lets me know that we are finally breaking barriers. We're finally being recognized. We're finally creating a space where one can seriously start to earn a living off. One can express themselves. And no longer do we have to have people sourcing African voices through foreign talents.
I'm so proud to be an African voice actor today, because there's never been a time that we are so many in community. Having been a voiceover actor for many years, now going to 22, I feel the sense of community unlike how it was when I began. And with the Voice Actors League of Africa, which is just one of the many communities that congregate on the continent, I have found family. I have found a space where people understand what I love to do, and we speak the same language. We have the same challenges. We have the same triumphs when I win, we all win. No one understands an award that one of us gets like one of us. And so there's a place where I have found that the celebrations are multiplied because we're amongst like-minded people. Also, the whole question of what is a voiceover actor, who qualifies as an African voiceover actor, which is a conversation that is really gathering steam because the African of today is so international in education and even in the way we think, distanced from the African that was stereotypically understood to be us in the mud hut and around the fire. But they were us and we are us. And I like that. I like that we bring a new face to the space as the modern African. And just by being on the continent and just by carrying that blood and that history and that legacy, we contribute to the ongoing voice and conversation and debate about the identity of us, which then seeps into productions and stories and movies that depict us, especially as we begin to be the writers of those stories, where so often those stories were written by other people who were looking at us. And so in a big way, Africa Voiceover Day represents that for me, that Africa now has a dedicated day on May 5th to speak for the continent to the world and show the richness, the vastness of the diversity that is the 54 countries that make up Africa. That is within each country, diversity, languages that even within the country we don't understand or know. And then there's all of us together, so that when the international market will look at us and say, we want an African voice, that's what they're looking at. And so any one of us can represent the African voice in that regard. And we begin to demystify that when we speak together from Africa Voiceover Day platform to the world and share not just that cultural diversity, but also how far we've come in terms of professionalism and structure and understanding of this global industry. And then also just the income that it brings to the families that each one of us represents. And so in many ways, voiceover for the African is a blessing in many ways, where the economy is sometimes challenging. And it's freeing because we can do this from wherever we are. And so those are the things that make me proud as well to be a voiceover actor, an African voiceover actor, and also to be here at this time when Africa Voiceover Day exists. And so on this Africa Voiceover Day 2026, I stand with every individual voiceover actor and with the continent and say happy Africa Voiceover Day.
Happy Africa Voiceover Day to you all.
Happy African Voiceover Day to you all.
Happy Africa Voiceover Day.